The first to show, the 12 runners with 12 fences to jump this time. Quite a long run to the first. Noddy's Ride has gone second. And the punters are looking for their first favourite success of the afternoon. River Rhine in the lead from Noddy's Ride as they come to the first of the 12 fences. River Rhine, Noddy's Ride. Just in behind them, Silent Echo. Then comes Baltic. As they run to the first of the ditches, River Rhine and Noddy's Ride together from Silent Echo and Baltic. Then comes Born to Shine. They're going a real good gallop. River Rhine being offered at 10-1 in running. Noddy's Ride right upsides in Silent Echo and Baltic, and then comes Born to Shine. Behind Born to Shine is Joe Denby, and then Hot Pretense. As they come down to the next, a real hot pace. Noddy's Ride, River Rhine a mistake there. Baltic and Silent Echo are next, and then comes Born to Shine and Joe Denby and Hot Pretense. And behind them, Vale City as they run down to the water for, of course, the only time. This is number 5 of the 12 fences in all. Noddy's Ride sparkling along in the lead from River Rhine and Baltic and Silent Echo, and then Born to Shine, who's got a lot to do at the moment. Behind him comes Joe Denby and Glamour Show and Vale City. Then on the inside is Ava Sun, and then Hot Pretense and Sing Along Sam and Charming Paddy are a long way behind the remaining 10 at the moment as they race over towards the far side. This very useful novice, Noddy's Ride, trained by Gordon Richards, in the lead from River Rhine and Baltic and Silent Echo. These 4 with a commanding advantage over the next 2, who are Joe Denby and Born to Shine. Coming to the next plain one, Noddy's Ride from River Rhine and Baltic. Then comes Silent Echo. Behind them, Joe Denby and Born to Shine. Another plain one, Noddy's Ride from Baltic. Silent Echo, River Rhine. Joe Denby getting a little bit closer. Noddy's Ride lands in the lead. River Rhine goes through the top a little bit there, gets a reminder. Baltic still close up. Silent Echo on the near side. Joe Denby and Born to Shine still trying to get closer as they come to the ditch on the far side. Noddy's Ride from Baltic, Silent Echo, River Rhine, Joe Denby, Born to Shine, then Vale City and Ava Sun, and behind Ava Sun is Glamour Show, but those are really only indicating those to just show where they are. They've got no chance at the moment unless there's any trouble up front as they come to the 4th fence from home in this Sporting Life Weekender chase, with Noddy's Ride in the lead from Silent Echo and Baltic, and then a gap to Joe Denby at the 4th from home. Noddy's Ride clear of Baltic 2nd, Silent Echo 3rd. Then comes Joe Denby, then Born to Shine under pressure, and this is the final ditch now. Noddy's Ride, well clear at the final ditch. Noddy's Ride lands in the lead, Baltic 2nd. Silent Echo, a bad mistake, very nearly unshipped his rider. Joe Denby's unshipped his rider there. Born to Shine has moved into 4th place. This is the 2nd last fence in the Sporting Life Weekender. And Noddy's Ride jumping a little bit to the right. Baltic jumped in 2nd, Silent Echo 3rd. Born to Shine made a mistake and has nearly come down. Brilliant recovery by his rider, but it's of no avail as they come to the final fence now. It's Noddy's Ride clear of Baltic. Noddy's Ride lands in the lead clear of Baltic 2nd. Silent Echo is 3rd. Racing up towards the line. A brilliant success this for Noddy's Ride, paying a handsome compliment to Bob's Line, his Arkle Conqueror at Cheltenham. Striding up to the line now to win this very cosily indeed. Neil Dardy permitting him the luxury of just cantering home now as Baltic gamely pursues him, but vainly pursues him too. And at the line, Noddy's Ride gets a pat. The winner 2nd is Baltic, and 3rd is Silent Echo. 4th was Vale City. Sing Along Sam just gets up in the closing stages to beat Born to Shine, and then Hot Pretense, and behind them Ava Sun, and the last to finish will be River Rhine because Glamour Show was pulled up. This is the winner we're looking at now. Here's the official result of the Sporting Life Weekender. First, number 1, Noddy's Ride, owned by Mr. P. Hinchcliffe, trained by John. Yes, 18 fences, and only one of them a Grand National obstacle, and that is the water. Donegal Prince and West Tip and Baron Blakeney coming to the first of the 18. Baron Blakeney and West Tip from Donegal Prince, and Captain Dynamo and Palm Cross and Geary's Cold Road succeeded. Forgive and Forget is the back marker at the moment. This is the course where he pulled up last year over hurdles. Coming to the next, Baron Blakeney and West Tip and Captain Dynamo and Donegal Prince and Palm Cross and Geary's Cold Road and succeeded in Forgive and Forget as they run down to the water. They jumped this twice. Number 3 on this circuit, number 11 on the 2nd circuit. Baron Blakeney The grey, the leader from West Tip. Geary's Cold Roll, Captain Dynamo. And behind them, Donegal, Prince and Palm Cross and Succeeded. And going 11 to 8 the field now as Forgive and Forget and Mark Dwyer are the back markers of the 8 as they go out in the country. On the far side of the course here, West Tip from Baron Blakeney and Captain Dynamo, quite closely grouped. Then Donegal Prince running much more sweetly than he did at Cheltenham this afternoon. Palm Cross on the inner, Geary's Cold Road. And then Succeeded and Forgive and Forget, another plain run. West Tip on the inside of Baron Blakeney. Baron Blakeney, West Tip. Captain Dynamo. Then Donegal, Prince and Palm Cross and Geary's Cold Road. Forgive and Forget and Succeeded as the leaders race to the next. Baron Blakeney, West Tip, Captain Dynamo, Donegal, Prince and Palm Cross and Geary's Cold Road and Forgive and Forget and Succeeded, who went through the top of that and lost a bit of impetus. Coming to a ditch now, the first of the ditches. Baron Blakeney, West Tip, Captain Dynamo, Donegal Prince, Geary's Cold Road, Palm Cross and Forgive and Forget. Quite a long run to the next now as they swing left-handed. This is a point where in the National they'd have 2 fences left to jump on the second circuit, but 2 different fences, of course, to those that they're going to face up to now in the Mildmare. Coming to fence number 7. Baron Blakeney, the grey from West Tip. Very little between these two. Captain Dynamo, Donegal Prince, Geary's Cold Road and Forgive and Forget and Palm Cross and Succeeded some way behind the remainder. This is another ditch. Baron Blakeney leads over it from West Tip and Captain Dynamo and Donegal Prince very close. Then Geary's Cold Road, then Forgive and Forget and Palm Cross and Succeeded. Baron Blakeney, West Tip, Captain Dynamo, Donegal Prince, Forgive and Forget, Geary's Cold Road. And this is the fence that'll be the last on the next circuit. Baron Blakeney leads over it from Captain Dynamo and West Tip and Donegal Prince, Geary's Cold Road and Forgive and Forget. Now the water for the second time, number 11, Baron Blakeney from West Tip, Captain Dynamo, Donegal Prince, Geary's Cold Road. He really reached for that, the leader, but didn't lose any ground. Still offering odds against the favourite, extending his odds. Succeeded has been pulled up and Palm Cross is tailed off as Baron Blakeney really spreads them out now down the far side. West Tip is second, then comes Captain Dynamo on the inside of Donegal Prince, then Geary's Cold Road, and then Mark Dwyer getting a little bit closer now on Forgive and Forget. Still offering 11 to 8 and 6 to 4 in places. Forgive and Forget as Baron Blakeney comes to the next. From West Tip, Donegal Prince, Captain Dynamo, Forgive and Forget on the outside. And Forgive and Forget went right through that one. Went right through it and lost quite a bit of ground. Has dropped back to last now, the favourite. Baron Blakeney in the lead from West Tip. Then comes Donegal Prince, then Geary's Cold Roll, then Captain Dynamo has lost a bit of ground. And then Forgive and Forget. Baron Blakeney clear of West Tip, Donegal Prince, Geary's Cold Roll, Captain Dynamo, Forgive and Forget trying to get back on terms now on the outside as they come to another ditch. Baron Blakeney landed in the lead there from West Tip. Then Geary's Cold Road, Donegal Prince, then Captain Dynamo, and now Forgive and Forget getting a little bit closer again. Racing round the top turn, and it's Baron Blakeney in the lead from Geary's Cold Roll. Then comes West Tip, then Donegal Prince. Then comes Forgive and Forget still making ground, and behind him comes Captain Dynamo as they come down to the next. And this is the fourth from home. Baron Blakeney lands in the lead from Geary's Cold Road. West Tip, Forgive and Forget under pressure as they come down towards the third last in this cystic fibrosis chase. Baron Blakeney, who's made all the running, being pressed by West Tip, Geary's Cold Road and Forgive and Forget. Baron Blakeney landed clear of Geary's Cold Road. West Tip and Forgive and Forget coming down to the second last fence now, and Baron Blakeney, who's made it all, is if anything, extending his lead as he jumps the second last. Well clear. Geary's Cold Road next, then West Tip, and then Forgive and Forget, who nearly went there. He's very tired. Coming to the final fence now in the cystic fibrosis, and it looks as though Baron Blakeney has only got to jump it to win. Baron Blakeney jumps it well clear of Geary's Cold Road and West Tip together as they race up towards the line. It's Baron Blakeney from West Tip and Geary's Cold Road. 25 yards to run for Baron Blakeney. West Tip is second. Geary's Cold Road is third, and that's how they're going to finish. And as they come to the line in the cystic fibrosis chase, Baron Blakeney is the winner, second is West Tip, and third is Geary's Cold Road. Fourth is Donegal Prince. Fifth is Forgive and Forget. He surely doesn't like this course. He gave a faint indication of that last year, and he's confirmed it this time. Captain Dynamo was pulled up, a very disappointing run from him, fading from a long way out, and so confirmation of the official result. First, number 2, Baron Blakeney, owned by Mr. Bob Wheatley, trained by Martin Pipe, and ridden by Mr. Oliver Sherwood. Second, number 7, West Tip, owned by Mr. Peter Lough, trained by Michael Oliver and ridden by John Frankham. And third was number 5, Geary's Cold Road, owned by Mr. Dennis W. Pike, trained by Dennis Smith, ridden by Chris Grant. Fourth was number 4, Donegal Prince. Bregon and Royal Bond have just nodded a little bit at that one. 18 fences in all in this Perrier-Jouet Champagne Cup. Fred Pilliner on the far side of Drumlargan, then Bregon and Royal Bond. Drumlargan on the near side of Fred Pilliner, then Bregon, who'd, as John Hanmer said, would be odds on if it was known that he was going to behave himself. Certainly hadn't put a foot wrong yet. They come to the water. Drumlargan from Fred Pilliner, Bregon and Royal Bond. And Bregon showing no signs of wishing to return from whence he came, the paddock exit. Continuing very sweetly behind Drumlargan, Fred Pilliner, and Royal Bond almost upsides Bregon. Frank Codd with a bit of a problem here, the rider of Drumlargan, as to whether to make it or not. He hasn't got a turn of foot like Bregon, of course, or come to that Royal Bond if he happened to put his best foot forward. Quite a few imponderables in this race, because Royal Bond didn't seem to put it in at all at Cheltenham. But on his day, pretty useful horse. Lovely jump there by Bregon in behind the 2 leaders. As they come to the next, Drumlargan and Fred Pilliner, Bregon and Royal Bond. They're going pretty steady at the moment, all of them. Now the first of the ditches, this is number 6. Drumlargan, Fred Pilliner, Bregon and Royal Bond. Will jump it well. Drumlargan, Mr. Frank Codd, and incidentally Corals bet 9-4 against an amateur winning the National tomorrow. They include Donald Hassett, John White, Roger Grand, Jim Wilson, William Mullins, John Quealy and Adrian Sharp, so quite a few of them. They're running down to the next now. Drumlargan. Screwed a little bit at that. Drumlargan and Fred Pilliner, Royal Bond, and Bregon going very well within himself at the moment. This is a ditch. Drumlargan, Fred Pilliner, Bregon and Royal Bond. This is the fence, will be the second last on the next circuit. Drumlargan, Fred Pilliner, Royal Bond, and Bregon as they run to the next. Drumlargan, Fred Pilliner, Royal Bond and Bregon. And now to the water. Corals also bet incidentally 9-1 against a lady training the winner of the National. Mrs. Pittman, of course, represented by Corbier, Mercy Reinl by pilot officer. Drumlargan at the water from Royal Bond. Very big jump there by Drumlargan from Royal Bond. An Irish 1-2 at the moment. Fred Pilliner And Brigorn still going well within himself. Graham Bradley having a very much more enjoyable ride than he did at Cheltenham, where he was going back and forth and occasionally grabbing hold of his bit and taking a keen interest, then dropping it and saying, oh, hell with it. Drumlargan from Fred Pelliner gone back into second, Royal Bond and Brigorn. Drumlargan, Royal Bond, Fred Pelliner, Brigorn. Asking if Rod's a 7-4 in the ring about the leader at the moment. Drumlargan, Royal Bond, Brigorn just not foot perfect at that one. Fred Pelliner on the outside, third now. This is the third open ditch. Drumlargan from Royal Bond. Drumlargan, Royal Bond, Fred Pelliner and Brigorn not very clever at that one. Swinging left-handed now. Drumlargan from Fred Pelliner, Royal Bond and Brigorn. Frank Cod from Tom Taff on the inside of Peter Scudamore and Graham Bradley back and forth. But Brigorn getting closer again now. Coming down to the final ditch in this Perrier-Jouet Champagne Cup. And Drumlargan trying to break the hoodoo today on the favourites. Lands in the lead from Fred Pelliner, goes through the top there. Royal Bond on the inside. And Royal Bond going strongly on the inside too for Tom Taff. As they come to the second last, Drumlargan from Royal Bond jumps it second, Fred Pelliner third. Racing down to the final fence now in the Perrier-Jouet Champagne Cup, and it's the two Irishmen. Drumlargan from Royal Bond at the final fence. Drumlargan goes, he's fallen, he's down, no, he's recovered, and it's Royal Bond on the far side, Drumlargan on the near side, but Royal Bond looks as though he's going to hold Drumlargan as they race into the closing stages. It's Royal Bond from Drumlargan renewing his challenge, but he's not going to get there, and at the line, Royal Bond wins it from Drumlargan, second and third Fred Pelliner, and fourth Brigorn, and that final fence error of Drumlargan, in which his rider Frank Cod lost his irons, made the difference between success and failure. From Easter Carnival between horses Letok and then Acarine. Why forget? King or Country right over on the far side. Running down to the water now. They jumped this twice. It's number 3 in the first circuit, obviously. Number 11 on the second. And straight accord with the advantage over Easter Carnival. Letok on the far side. Red Cleric between horses. Then Why Forget? Border Jewel, King or Country, Acarine, and Kudos. So over the far side. Straight accord from Red Cleric and Easter Carnival. Then Letok on the inside, Border Jewel, Why Forget, King or Country, Kudos and Acarine. Quite closely grouped. Straight accord from Red Cleric and Easter Carnival, Letok on the inside, then Border Jewel and King or Country and Why Forget, Acarine and Kudos. All 9 galloping easily over this incomparable turf here at Liverpool. Coming up to the 5th fence. And safely over it, straight accord. Red Cleric on the outside. Letok on the inner, Border Jewel right up with them towards the outer is Easter Carnival. Very closely packed as they jumped that ditch, and Easter Carnival went there. Easter Carnival, a faller at that ditch. The rider is sitting up, horse continuing riderless. Brendan Powell sitting but hasn't yet risen to his feet. Straight accord is the leader. From Red Cleric and Why Forget and Letok, and then comes Kudos has made ground. The riderless horse on his outside. Behind him comes Border Jewel, then King or Country and Acarine. As they come to another plain fence. And now a further ditch. Straight Accord from Letuc on the far side. Red Cleric with his white face showing just a little nearer to us. Then Why Forget in behind him. Quite closely grouped up front. Straight Accord from Red Cleric and Letuc and Why Forget and Kudos and Border Jewel and Acarine and King or Country. They run to the fence that'll be the last on the next circuit. Straight Accord in the lead from Red Cleric and Letuc and Kudos and Border Jewel and Why Forget and King or Country and Acarine. And now running down to the water, number 11. Straight Accord from Letuc on the inside, Kudos and Red Cleric together, Border Jewel, then Why Forget and Acarine and King or Country. They're being pursued by the riderless Easter Carnival. And Brendan Powell did rise to his feet all right. So, out into the country for a final circuit is Holiday Inn International Chase and Straight Accord. The leader with Letuc going very well on his outside. Border Jewel for Ireland is third, Red Cleric 4-5. Why Forget 6 and 7, Acutus and King or Country, and then Acarine. Straight Accord, Letuc, Border Jewel, Red Cleric and Kudos and Why Forget, King or Country and Acarine. Another plain one, Straight Accord from Letuc and Border Jewel. Why Forget, Red Cleric, then Kudos, King or Country and Acarine. The ditch on the far side now. Letuc, Straight Accord, little between the two. Border Jewel, jumped that. Another mistake there by King or Country. The old man finding this pace and the distance too much for him now. And it's Straight Accord and Letuc, these two, from Border Jewel, then Kudos, then Why Forget and Red Cleric and Acarine. And they've got just 4 fences left to jump now in this Holiday Inn International. That's Letuc towards the left of the picture, Straight Accord towards the right. Border Jewel who's chasing him. Straight Accord landed from Letuc, then Border Jewel. Racing down now towards the final ditch. Straight Accord from Letuc, Stuart Shilston from Graham Bradley as they come to the final ditch. Straight Accord lands in the lead from Letuc. Border Jewel jumps it third. They're racing now towards the second last, and as they do so, it's Straight Accord with Letuc under pressure. Border Jewel is third, then Kudos and Red Cleric, and Letuc landed in the lead there from Straight Accord on the far side. And it's Letuc on the near side, Straight Accord on the far side. Letuc under pressure on the near side, Straight Accord fighting back over on the far side, the final fence now. Letuc on the near side, Straight Accord on the far side, they landed in unison. Straight Accord on the far side from Letuc, Straight Accord from Letuc as they race into the closing stages. It's Straight Accord holding Letuc at the moment as they race up towards the line. 25 yards to run, and Straight Accord being challenged again by Letuc. There's nothing between the two, and as they come to the line, it's just going to be Straight Accord and Letuc in the photo finish. Straight Accord on the far side, Letuc on the near side. Red Cleric just got up, possibly to be third ahead of Acarine. Could be a photo between them two, and then the old man King or Country finishing very strongly indeed. And behind them came Border Jewel. Behind Border Jewel was Kudos. And finally, Man Alive just dwells a little bit, and Wilburine is one of the first to show with Ambermont and Fabulous in the centre, and Bashful Lad right over to the left of the picture with Hadajar tracking him as they come to the first of the 18 fences. And Bashful Lad, just the leader at this one. Bashful Lad lands in the lead from Ambermont and Wilburine. And Man Alive a faller there. Man Alive has gone at the first. John Joe O'Neill just getting up. Man Alive himself is all right. Coming to the second now, another plain one. And it's Wilburine in the centre, Bashful Lad right up with them there on the inside is Double Jack. They're running down to the chair now. This is number 15 in the National and one of the most daunting fences, of course, on the course. And over on the far sides, it's Staccato. Tilt Hammer Mill has been pulled up. Staccato on the far side, Double Jack in the centre, Bashful Lad on the near side as they jump that one. And a bad mistake there by Late Night Extra, but he gets away with it. Coming down to the water, Double Jack and Staccato with on the near side, Bashful Lad, and then Wilburine and Greenways and Ambermont. Then comes Hadajar and Fabulous as they jump the water. and they're all safely over the water. Late Night Extra still jumping slowly, and as they swing left-handed to pass the Grand National start, it's Double Jack with going wide, Bashful Lad on the outside, Staccatos on the inner being followed by Wilburine and Fabulous. Then comes Ambremont, then comes Greenways. Just in behind Greenways is Staunton with John Frankham on the rails as usual. Artie Marvel's on the outside, and as they run down towards the Melling Road, it's Staccato on the inside of Double Jack on the outer. On the very far side, Artie Marvel with Bashful Lad and Wilburine, then over to John Hanmer.
And Staccato and Wilburine. Then on the outside is Bashful Lad. Double Jack still right up with them, and this is the fifth. And Bashful Lad was over just in the lead from Artie Marvel, Double Jack, and then Fortina's Express not far behind them as they come to the sixth. And Artie Marvel landed just in the lead from Double Jack. Then on the outside, Bashful Lad, Staccato on the near side as they come to the second open ditch, and Artie Marvel from Staccato. And Cloncormick has fallen there, and he badly hampered Late Night Extra, who cannoned into him. And as they go to the one after the ditch, it's Staccato in the lead, and over to Julian Wilson.
Yes, Staccato leads, and Double Jack made a mistake there, nodded, but he's got away with it. Tipolino's tailed off at present, and Late Night Extra is way back as they come down to the one before Beaches, and Staccato still leads. Staccato over from Fabulous, Artie Marvel and Double Jack, and a faller there was Staunton. John Frankham is on the floor, but all the others over as they come down to Beaches Brook, with Staccato leading from Fabulous and Artie Marvel and Double Jack and Hadidjar and Wilburine and Fortina's Express at Beaches Brook. And first to rise at Beaches is Staccato, and all the leaders are over Beaches. They're flowing over, and not a single faller at Beaches Brook, with the field led now by Artie Marvel on the outside of Staccato. Fabulous is behind that, and Double Jack, then Hadidjar and Wilburine and Greenways as they jump the next, and all over the next. And the back marker still Tipolino as they head for the canal turn, with Staccato on the inside of Artie Marvel. Fabulous third, Hadidjar fourth, then Double Jack and Wilburine and Greenways and Fortina's Express and Mark Pittman on West Giro as they jump the canal turn. And Hadidjar made a small mistake, and Bashful Lad made a mistake, and Ambremont made a bad mistake, but they're all over it and face up to Valentine's Brook, with Fabulous on the inside of Staccato and Artie Marvel on the outside, then Greenways and Wilburine, and behind that Hadidjar, then Double Jack and Fortina's Express as we rejoin John Hanmer.
And Tipolino, last year's winner, is a long way back as they come to the fifth last. Staccato led it from Fabulous, then Greenways, Artie Marvel on the outside, then Wilburine Points Pass, then Hadidjar and Fortina's Express and Mr. Snugfit as they come to the last ditch, four from home, and Fabulous on the inside. Greenways is a faller, but all the others are over safely except for the back markers. And as they go to the third last, it's Staccato from Artie Marvel, and Tipolino another faller, but Artie Marvel over first from Staccato, then Fabulous, Hadidjar, Wilburine Points Pass, Captain Parkhill. And as they go across the Melling Road with two to jump, it's Artie Marvel from Staccato, then Hadidjar, then Fabulous, Wilburine and Points Pass as we join Peter O'Sullivan.
Yes, it's Artie Marvel in the lead, just two fences left to jump, but a long way to run. Second is Staccato, then comes Fabulous, then Hadidjar, who's still making very good progress. Just in behind them come Captain Parkhill, who's beginning to get on terms with Points Pass also, then Wilburine, and then Romany Count. And you can count the others out of it now as they run down to the second last in this Kaltenberg Bills. Artie Marvel from Staccato, still making ground is Captain Parkhill. Fabulous just in behind him, Points Pass delivering a challenge too as they come to the second last fence now. Artie Marvel lands in the lead and very nearly gone there. Artie Marvel, Fabulous, and the sheepskin noseband takes it us now as they come to the final fence. It's Fabulous in the lead now from Staccato, then Captain Parkhill, then Romany Count still making ground on the inside. Fabulous and Staccato, Staccato just the leader there. Staccato, Fabulous, and on the far side Romany Count now with Fabulous, then Staccato, then Captain Parkhill, then Artie Marvel. These five as they race towards the elbow. It's Fabulous on the near side, on the left of the picture as we see them. On the right it's Romany Count on the far side. They're inside the final furlong. Fabulous is next, then comes Artie Marvel and Staccato, and it's Fabulous and Romany Count as they race into the closing stages. Fabulous is holding Romany Count. Artie Marvel delivering a challenge again as they come to the line. Fabulous is going to hold them all in the line. Fabulous is the winner, and Artie Marvel second, and third is Romany Count. Four is Captain Parkhill in a photo with Staccato. Behind them Wilburine and Mr. Snugfit, and then Late Night Extra who made good progress, then Bashful Lad behind them, Points Pass, then comes Behind him, Major Knight. Behind Major Knight is Fortina's Express and Hadar and Jocks Bond and West Giro. These are all finishers, and also Double Jack. And so the result of the 1984 Kaltenberg Pils Handicap Chase. First, number 26, Fabulous, owned by Mrs. L. Diet, trained by John Wilson and ridden by Andrew Stringer. Second was number 19, Artie Marvel, owned by Mr. R.N. Beeson and Mrs. Beeson, trained by John Blundell and ridden by David Dutton. And third, number 21, Romany Count, owned by Mr. L.J. Garrett, trained by Billy Williams and ridden by Steve Smith-Eccles. And in fact, a photo for fourth place with probably Captain Parkhill just getting it. So that was the result. Here the vital stages once again with John Handler.
And Artie Marvel, who'd made a lot of the running, was in the lead here, and he made a mistake at the second last. You see, he pitches on his nose, loses many lengths, and that lets Fabulous into the lead. Fabulous, the winner in the sheepskin noseband. The other one in the sheepskin noseband, who's got a marvellous run on the inside, is Romany Count, Steve Smith-Eccles. Between the two, Staccato, in fact, lands just in the lead, John Burke. And coming up this long run in, it's over a quarter of a mile, and Romany Count appears to have taken the measure of the other two here. Romany Count being driven along with the advantage of the inside round this famous elbow here at Aintree, but Andrew Stringer not finished on Fabulous, and Fabulous responds gamely to his rider's urgings. He's slightly wandering around, but look at Artie Marvel, who lost many lengths by that mistake at the second last, finishing fast to deprive Romany Count of second place, but he can't get to Fabulous, who's been up there all the way, and he and Andrew Stringer thoroughly deserve their success.
Yes, very likely Andrew Stringer's first triumph at Liverpool, I would say this, over the big ones. Fabulous, the 33-to-1 winner, an 11-year-old by that great jumping Tsar Menelek. Only the fourth winner of the season for his Motherwell trainer, John Wilson, and just puts Andrew into double figures. Number 10 for him. Andrew, as my colleague John Amorville just reminds me, due to ride another captain in the Grand National, the Seagram Grand National on Saturday. Menelek running for only the third time this season. Here he's defied, I think one could say, a well-earned time form rating, which suggests that he's both that he's either temperamental or unreliable. But he sure ran on with tremendous courage in the closing stages here. And happy to report that Staunton, none the worse for that fall, running down towards Beeches. And hopefully will be retrieved shortly. And the 5 times champion, John Frankham, glad to be able to report to his mother and everybody else, Lil, he's okay. Got up, walked away all right. And just announced confirmation of the 4th horse. Number 31, Captain Parkhill. And last year's winner, incidentally, has just, Tipolino has just cantered past the post with Hugh Davis. He's a funny old horse. If he doesn't feel like it, well, he just doesn't play. And when he feels like it, he's pretty useful. And the distances, a length, and the same, and the starting prices as follows.
First, number 26, Fabulous, 33-to-1. Second, number 19, Artie Marvel, 14-to-1. Third, number 21, Romany Count, 33-to-1. And fourth, number 31, Captain Parkhill, whose price we haven't got yet, but which we'll bring to you later on. First, Fabulous, 33 to 1. Second, Artie Marvel, 14 to 1. Third, Romany Count, 33 to 1. And fourth, Captain Parkhill. The
race towards the first turn. Hurrah Henry's in third place, closely grouped with Royal Brigadier just in behind him, and then comes Dodgy Future. Ring of Diamonds going on now, showing with his white face, very bold white face, just in the lead from nearest to us, Oolarao. Over on the far side, Hurrah Henry right up with them, and then Royal Brigadier, and behind them Onward Lee as they come to the first flight. Hurrah Henry over on the far rail. Afzal has pulled his way right up towards the leaders. In fact, looks like learning over the second in front. Afzal lands in the lead, doesn't jump it too cleverly, but lands in the lead from Royal Brigadier and Hurrah Henry on the far side, with Seagram and Oolarao on the near side and Star of Screen. All 17 over that, with Nudge Nudge the back marker, and racing down to the winning post on the first circuit and going a real good gallop, Afzal in the lead. Afzal from Royal Brigadier and Hurrah Henry and Onward Lee, and then comes Oolarao, and nearest to us is Star of Screen. Admiral's Ruler's there over on the far side next, followed by Star of a Gunner. On the inside of Star of a Gunner is Star of Ireland, and there's Son of a Gunner, and then comes Ruler on a Lark, and Nudge Nudge the back marker. Cheers with about 5 behind him at the moment as they race over towards the far side. And Afzal with a commanding lead now from Royal Brigadier and Hurrah Henry, and just in behind them come Onward Lee, and then Admiral's Ruler. Then on the outside, Star of Screen, John Frankham with on his inner Oolarao, and then comes Star of Ireland, and making good progress towards the outside is Cheers with Seagram on the inner, and Son of a Gunner next. And behind them, Dodgy Future. Back marker is still Nudge Nudge. Racing towards another flight over on the far side, with Afzal still the commanding leader from Royal Brigadier. Then Dodgy Future, who's jumped in fact into second at that flight. Then Admiral's Ruler on the inside. Star of Screen on the outside, right up with them. Oolarao is very close to the lead too. Seagram and Cheers next. The back marker now is Onward Lee. Back marker of the 17 as they begin to swing left-handed towards the home straight, and a long run to the home straight in which they'll have 3 flights to jump in this Liverpool hurdle. And Afzal is the lead from Onward Lee on the near side. And then on the far side is Star of Screen making very good ground. Dauphin not far behind the leaders. Then on the near side, Admiral's Ruler. On the far side is Cheers, who's made good ground. They're racing down to the next. And it's Afzal over on the far side. Right up there in the center is Onward Lee. And Dauphin right up as well with them. Cheers coming there strongly. Star of Screen has lost ground. Admiral's Ruler's trying to get back into the picture. Cheers coming there very strongly in the center, but Afzal landed in the lead there from Cheers. Afzal from Cheers, and then on the far side, Admiral's Ruler putting in a very good run too. Afzal landed in the lead from Admiral's Ruler. Seagram jumped at third. Cheers is weakening. They're racing into the closing stages now with a furlong to run, and Afzal is clear. And John Joe O'Neill has missed a significant winner here through his injury as Graham McCourt powers home now on Afzal, who's well clear. Admiral's Ruler is second and Seagram third, but it's very close between those two for the minor placings. Afzal is the winner. It's a photo of a second between Admiral's Ruler and Seagram at fourth, Oolarao. Those are the 1, 2, 3, 4. A photo of a second, but no doubt that Afzal is the winner. Afzal, owned by Mr. K.H. Fisher, trained by Reg Hollinshead, and ridden by Graham McCourt, has won the Liverpool hurdle. And the judge has in fact called the result. Second, number 19, Seagram, owned by Maincrest Limited and trained by David Barons and ridden by Hugh Davis. And third, number 2, Dodgy Admiral's Ruler, owned by Mr. Henry Ponsonby, trained by Fulk Warburton and ridden by Kevin Mooney. With fourth, number 15, Oolarao. So Graham McCourt returning there on the winner of the Liverpool hurdle is son of Sassafras, winner of the Arc de Triomphe. And amazing that this race attracted 3 sons of Arc de Triomphe winners and 2 sons of Derby winners. Afzal, trained by Reg Hollinshead, win his 12th race of the jumping season. Here's how he won it, reviewed by John. Gale Warning, shortened further, 2-1. 2-1 favourite. Starter telling him to stay where they are. And this looks like it. Is he going to let him go this time? Yes, they're away. Caldwell Case just planted a little bit there, got rather slowly away. But there's plenty of time to make up ground now as they come to the first with Highway Duel, one of the early leaders. Highway Duel from Roadhead and Larry Mack and Roman Barr. And right up with them is, a mistake there by Barleydale. Blackavar right up with them too. Coming to the next, and Freddie B has come right up to join him and dispute the lead now. Freddie B, Talon, Reliable Robert over on the far side. And they're all safely over the second. All 17 standing as they come to the chair. Freddie B from Reliable Robert and Talon and Mauritius, and then Blackavar and Roman Barr and Larry Mack, and Freddie B's gone there. Freddie B a faller, and also a faller Roman Barr. Those two have gone, and Reliable Robert is left in the lead at the water from Talon. Then comes Blackavar in third. Mauritius is on the inside. Behind him is Larry Mack. Behind Larry Mack is Highway Duel. As they swing left-handed, Caldwell Case is next. And then a previous winner, the 82 winner, Lone Soldier, following them. But as they run down across the Melling Road, it's Reliable Robert clear of Talon, then Blackavar on the outside, Mauritius on the inner, Larry Mack's following them, and Caldwell Case, and over to John Hanmer.
They've crossed the Melling Road, and the next fence is the 5th, and Reliable Robert is in the lead with Talon in second place. Blackavar is third. Then Mauritius just in behind them with Caldwell Case. The loose horse, Freddie B, jumping, and Mauritius has gone there. Mauritius made a very bad mistake, gave his rider no chance, and it's Reliable Robert coming to the 6th in the lead from Talon in second place. Then Larry Mack, Caldwell Case. Then Barleydale, who's improved after an early mistake. Then Lone Soldier going well as they come to the open ditch. Reliable Robert over clear from Caldwell Case, Talon, Larry Mack, Barleydale. Then Glen Carey, Gale Warning on the outside. Then comes Lone Soldier and Polaro going to the next. Reliable Robert in the lead as we join Julian Wilson.
And Blackavar was another faller at the 5th, and Reliable Robert is well clear from Caldwell Case on the inside of Larry Mack as they come to the one before Beechers, and Reliable Robert jumps in with a 10-length advantage from Caldwell Case. Talon on the inside, Larry Mack towards the outside with Barleydale. Gale Warning's right on the wide outside. Glen Carey is coming on the stand side as they come down to Beechers Brook, and the clear leader is Reliable Robert. Reliable Robert over, makes a mistake, but his rider gets away with it. Caldwell Case over in second, Gale Warning is third, and Larry Mack, and they're all over Beechers. Tote makes a mistake, and a faller at the back of the field was Highway Duel as they jumped the one after Beechers, and Reliable Robert still clear over it from Caldwell Case. Then Larry Mack behind that, then Gale Warning and Talon, then Glen Carey. And Highway Duel's jockey back on his feet and is all right as the leader comes to the canal turn, and that is Reliable Robert, well clear, and flies over it from Larry Mack over in second. Then Caldwell Case behind that. Jumping up on the inside is Gale Warning, then Lone Soldier getting closer, then Talon and Glen Carey and Barleydale and Polaro as they jump the next. Reliable Robert from Larry Mack in second, then Gale Warning and Caldwell Case. Glen Carey making ground all the time, then Lone Soldier and Talon and Polaro and Barleydale as we rejoin John Hanmer.
Over the 5th last, Reliable Robert over in the lead, and Larry Mack a faller. In second place now is Gale Warning, then Caldwell Case. Behind him is Lone Soldier, Glen Carey, Talon, then Polaro and Barleydale and Roadhead over the last ditch 4 out. Reliable Robert over first from Gale Warning in second place. Caldwell Case third, Lone Soldier 4, then Glen Carey, Talon, Polaro, Barleydale and Roadhead, and this is the 3rd last, and Gale Warning has almost joined Reliable Robert, then Lone Soldier, Caldwell Case, Glencarry, Talon, then Polaro, Roadhead, Barleydale, who made another mistake. And as they go across the milling road with 2 to jump, it's Gale Warning from Lone Soldier, then Glencarry, then Reliable Robert and Caldwell Case, and they're clear, but Gale Warning the favourite in the lead and over to Peter O'Sullivan.
Yes, Gale Warning from the 1982 winner Lone Soldier, with Jim Wilson and Glencarry getting closer all the time in third. Then comes Reliable Robert, and then Caldwell Case, then quite a gap to Talon. Behind Talon, incidentally, is Polaro, and then comes Roadhead, who's giving Margaret Wilson a tremendous ride. Coming down now to the second last fence in the Fox Hunters, Gale Warning and Lone Soldier. Gale Warning on the inside, Lone Soldier on the outer. Gale Warning and Lone Soldier, there's nothing between the two as they race towards the last now. Gale Warning, who was runner-up last year, trying to go one better. Lone Soldier, who was the 82 winner, trying to win it again at the final fence now in the Hague Fox Hunters. Gale Warning lands marginally in the lead there, goes through the top but keeps his position. Lone Soldier is second and challenging again. Then comes Caldwell Case in third, and then Glencarry. They're racing towards the elbow now, and on the near side it's Gale Warning, on the far side it's Lone Soldier. Gale Warning from Lone Soldier now as they race towards the furlong pole. They're past the furlong marker. Gale Warning the favourite in the lead from Lone Soldier. Talon is finishing well, and so is Caldwell Case, but these two have in between them and racing up towards the line. Gale Warning is going to win the Hague Fox Hunters Chase of 1984. Gale Warning is the winner, and second is Indian Call, and Talon is going to be third ahead of Polaro. The 1, 2, 3, 4, Gale Warning, Lone Soldier, Talon, Polaro. Behind them came Glencarry, and behind Glencarry was Caldwell Case, and behind Caldwell Case, Reliable Robert, the long-time leader. And the last to finish, in fact, was Barleydale. Roadhead having gone at the last, but he's quite all right. His rider's all right. Here is the winner, Gale Warning, ridden by Sandy Dudgeon. And of course the point to review here is whether there was interference at the last fence between the winner and the runner-up. But as we await that, let me just recap to you the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 1984 Hague Fox Hunters Chase. First, number 5, Gale Warning, owned by Mr. J.G. Dudgeon, trained by John Dudgeon, the father, that is, of the rider, Mr. Sandy Dudgeon. Second was number 10, Lone Soldier, owned by Mr. John Docker, trained by him and ridden by Mr. Peter Greenall. And third was number 16, Talon, owned by Mr. Brod Munro Wilson, trained by him and ridden by him. Fourth was number 12, Polaro. Here's the point we want to look at now as they come to the last, and we review it with John Handel.
And at this stage, Gale Warning's on the right of the picture, Lone Soldier on the left. But after the last fence, they reverse positions, as you see. Gale Warning, as he did last year, lands in the lead. Sandy Dudgeon just gives him a slight tap with his left hand, and Gale Warning goes across Lone Soldier, but I'm sure that didn't make any difference. If the stewards think there was interference, I'm sure they'll decide the result was unaffected, because as you see now, Lone Soldier, despite having the advantage of the inside, cannot prevent Gale Warning from drawing away. And Lone Soldier, who gave Peter Greenall such a memorable winning ride 2 years ago, this time can make no impression on Gale Warning, who fully deserves his success, having been run out of it from the last fence up this long run in last year, and Sandy Dudgeon keeping him going vigorously and winning definitely on merit.
So marvellous consolation for that tremendous run behind Ahaclear last year for Gale Warning, ridden by Sandy Dudgeon. And the distance is 7 lengths and 12 lengths. Another fine ride there too for Peter Greenall on Lone Soldier. Peter, who won this in 82, and is also in second now twice and third. There's Margaret Wilson walking back with Roadhead, gave her a marvellous ride. Just right till the very last fence. The winner, as you probably spotted, was the 85-40 favourite. This is the hero of the event, and the starting price is as follows.
First, number 5, Gale Warning, 85-40 favourite. Second, number 10, Lone Soldier, 14-1. And third, number 16, Talon, 12-1. First, Gale Warning, 85-40 favourite. Second, Lone Soldier, 14-1. And third, Talon, 12-1. Jackpot number there was 505.
Settling down in the early stages, the Brockshire Western Rose with the old man Artifice between horses, and quite a little gap then to Ragafan and Sea Merchant and Rathgorman, and their Artifice landed in the lead. Artifice, last year's winner, with the 1981 winner Western Rose on his inside, the far side as we see them at the moment. Then the Brockshire for Ireland, jumping it in fourth and fifth, Ragafan and Sea Merchant, and just in behind them Little Bay, and finally Rathgorman as they come down to the next. Artifice lands in the lead from Western Rose and the Brockshire. And now the fence before the water. The water, the only obstacle which is on the Grand National course that they take in this race over the Malmö course. Artifice from Western Rose and the Brockshire and Sea Merchant. And then comes Ragafan and Little Bay, and finally Rathgorman. So coming down to the water, number 5 of the 12 fences is in this Captain Morgan's Aintree chase. Artifice lands in the lead from Western Rose, the Brockshire, Ragafan and Sea Merchant together, and then comes Little Bay and John Frankham, and finally Rathgorman and Sooty White. Sooty White has competed in this race twice previously, and he was saying just beforehand, I'm in the weighing room, but he's yet to get round. So Artifice, the old man of the party, 13 years old, leads them over the far side, going a real good gallop from Western Rose. Then comes Ragafan on the outside of the Brockshire. Ragafan and young Patrick Farrell riding this course for the first time in his life. On the inside, Artifice, on the far side, Western Rose. They land in unison from Ragafan, Freddie Starr's horse, then the Brockshire, Little Bay making ground on the inside, then Sea Merchant, and finally Rathgorman. Another plain fence now. Western Rose and Artifice, stride for stride, from Ragafan and the Brockshire and Little Bay and Sea Merchant, and Rathgorman, Sea Merchant, a mistake there. Coming to a ditch now. Number 8, the last over on the far side. Artifice on the inner as we see them. Western Rose on the far side. Then came Ragafan, made a slight mistake there. Little Bay is getting closer in fourth. Sea Merchant's in fifth. The Brockshire is losing ground in sixth, and seventh is Rathgorman. They've got a long run now towards the next fence. A long run towards the fourth from home. This will be a plain one. And then the final ditch, and it's Artifice, last year's winner. From Western Rose, the 81 winner, Little Bay, the 82 winner, moving into third now, just in behind them. So 3 previous winners at the moment, fighting out this opener on Grand National Day as they come down to the final ditch. Western Rose and Artifice, then comes Little Bay in third, then Sea Merchant and Ragafan. Sea Merchant's making ground. Coming down now towards the second last fence, Artifice, Western Rose, then Little Bay, and then Sea Merchant as they come to the second last fence. Western Rose from Artifice, Little Bay's in third, and John Frankham improving on the inside towards the left of the picture, towards the near side to us as they come to the final fence now. Little Bay coming to challenge Western Rose, looks as though he's going to land in the lead. Little Bay lands in the lead from Western Rose second, Artifice third. 3 previous winners fighting it out now as Little Bay strides away as they race towards the line from Western Rose and Artifice. It's Little Bay and John Frankham deputising for injured John Joe O'Neill coming up to the line to win the Captain Morgan's Aintree chase. Little Bay is the winner. Second is Western Rose. Third is Artifice. They're the 1, 2, 3. Then came Rathgorman and Sea Merchant, and finally Ragafan. And 12 flights to be jumped this time, and the mare is the first to show. Dawn Run from Pamabus with Seamer on the inside of Fred Kateri. Then comes Buckhouse, very promising Dairy Run and Mount Bolus. Dawn Run lands in the lead. Slight mistake there by Pamabus in second. Then comes Fred Kateri and Seamer, followed by Very Promising. As the mare comes to the next and jumps it. And Tony Mullins asking her to achieve a very tough feat here in making all over 2 miles, 5.5 furlongs. Jumped that clear of Pamabas. Fred Kateri jumped it third, and then Seema, and behind them Very Promising. As they begin to swing left-handed, it's Fred Kateri we're looking at the moment. And move up a little bit, we'll see Dawn Run. I have Dawn Run out of picture at the moment. Fred Kateri on the inner. And Dawn Run now we see in the lead from Pamabas. And we were looking at Fred Kateri in third. And then Very Promising in fourth. So Dawn Run coming to the first in the straight. Jumps it clear of Pamabas. Then Fred Kateri, with Buckhouse improving on the outside, showing with his white face there. Dawn Run, Pamabas, Buckhouse goes into third, and then Very Promising. And just in behind them, Seema, Mount Bolus and Daring Run. That's the flight that'll be the last on the next circuit. She just wasn't foot perfect, the mare there, but continuing, ears pricked in the lead. Dawn Run as they come up to the winning post on the first circuit in this Sandyman Aintree hurdle. Dawn Run in the lead from Pamabas and Very Promising and Buckhouse and Fred Kateri on the rail. Then comes Seema, Daring Run and Mount Bolus. Tony Mullins goes out into the country on this 6-year-old champion hurdler, Dawn Run, the only member of her sex in this race, and not meeting the Colts and Geldings on advantageous terms here, levels with Buckhouse and giving weight to all the remainder, or trying to anyway, as they come to the next over on the far side. Dawn Run lands in the lead from Buckhouse and Very Promising, and then Pamabas. Fred Kateri just in behind Fred Kateri. Mount Bolus has made a bit of ground. Daring Run is the backmarker, Ted Walsh, at the moment. But that pursuing group quite reasonably tightly packed. This is the last right over on the far side. Dawn Run jumps it in the lead from Buckhouse, Very Promising, Pamabas, Mount Bolus, Fred Kateri getting chased along there by Tom Taff. Tom Taff, who at 20 years of age will be the youngest rider in the National when he rides Clonthurtin in our next race this afternoon. Of course, the big one. Dawn Run now being chased by Very Promising, then Mount Bolus, then Buckhouse, and they've got 3 flights and the whole straight to cover here at Aintree. Very Promising, who lately changed hands for a tall sum, is the one who is chasing Dawn Run, with Mount Bolus in third. Buckhouse and Fred Kateri is next as they come down to the third last. Dawn Run lands in the lead from Under Pressure. Very Promising. Pamabas has been pulled up. This is the second last flight. Dawn Run lands in the lead from Very Promising second. Mount Bolus is going to jump it third. Tony Mullins coming to the last now with just under 2 furlongs to run and 1 flight to be negotiated in this Sandyman Aintree hurdle. Dawn Run is over. She makes a bit of a mess of it, but it doesn't seem to interrupt her impetus at all. And this remarkable mare, the champion hurdler, Dawn Run, inside the final furlong now, and Tony Mullins permitting her to relax as she races up towards the line, being chased all the time by Very Promising, who has no chance of getting to her, and at the line getting a great reception. Dawn Run is the winner. Second is Very Promising. Fred Kateri is... And that's it. They're under starters' orders, and they're off. And running down towards the first, and Hill of Slain, one of the first to show in the centre. Gridar on the inside, chased by Corbière. Imperial Black is right up there with them, but it's Gridar on the near side, with also well up there Drunken Duck in the centre of the course. Right over the far side, running fast, is Midday Gun, with also Burnt Oak. Burnt Oak on the far side, and on the near side, Gridar. Corbière's just in behind Gridar. They're racing down towards the first. Imperial Black in the centre, and we join John Hanmer.
Burnt Oak on the wide outside from Midday Gun, who's jumped it successfully this year. A bad mistake by Roman General, but I can't see a faller at the first as they jump the second. It's Burnt Oak from Golden Tricks, then Midnight Gun, then Bush Guide, then Earthstopper, Two Swallows, Spartan Missile, then comes Ashley House, and I haven't seen a faller at the second either, and Burnt Oak and Golden Tricks. Golden Tricks the first to go. Golden Tricks has fallen, and a very bad mistake by Beach King, but I can't see any other faller at the third fence as they jump the fourth. Burnt Oak out clear from Earthstopper, Spartan Missile, Two Swallows, and over to Julian Wilson.
Yes, Burnt Oak is clear from Earthstopper. Two Swallows on the far side with Midday Gun. And the ones on the far side are clear as they come to the fifth, and Burnt Oak jumps it clear from Earthstopper second. Then Two Swallows, Midday Gun, and Ashley House is in a prominent position. And they're all over that one as they run down towards Beecher's Brook with Burnt Oak and Peter Scudamore in a clear lead. Burnt Oak comes to Beecher's, 10 lengths clear, and flies over it. Earthstopper over in second, then Two Swallows, Midday Gun, then Spartan Missile, and Midnight Love is a faller. Midnight Love is a faller, and Clonturton's a faller. 3-1 is a faller, and Hazy Dawn is a faller. As they run down towards the canal turn now, having negotiated the seventh fence with no casualties, and Burnt Oak is still well clear from Grease Paint, now disputing second with Earthstopper. Then is Two Swallow and Gridar on the inside as they jump the canal turn, and the leaders all over the canal turn, and Burnt Oak well clear. And in second place, disputing it, is Grease Paint and Earthstopper, then Gridar, then Two Swallows and Imperial Black, and Yaman and Corbière, Spartan Missile and Tacroy as we rejoin John Hanmer.
And over the 10th, Burnt Oak is over well clear of Earthstopper and Grease Paint a mistake, Gridar a mistake, but he's all right. And as they go to the next open ditch, the 11th fence, Burnt Oak still well clear of Earthstopper, Two Swallows, Grease Paint, then Imperial Black just in behind them. Corbière's there, and Gridar is well there, and Silent Valley. And as they go to the 12th, it's Burnt Oak still clear. Doesn't jump that very well. Earthstopper is second, then Grease Paint, Spartan Missile, Two Swallows, Tacroy, then Gridar, Imperial Black, Corbière, Silent Valley, Canford Ginger, Your Man, Ashley House, then Broomy Bank, Midday Gun, and then Eliogarty and Lucky Vein, and then comes Points Past, but as they head towards the 13th fence, over to Peter O'Sullivan.
Yes, and it's Burnt Oak still a long way clear. A long way clear of Earthstopper and Grease Paint, then the grey Two Swallows on the inside, then comes Spartan Missile, then Tacroy. Behind Tacroy is Gridar, then comes Silent Valley, and then comes last year's winner Corbière just in behind the leaders with Your Man chasing him. Coming down now towards the next fence, and it's Burnt Oak still a long way clear of Earthstopper and Grease Paint and Spartan Missile and Tacroy and Two Swallows and Gridar, who's on the inside. He's being followed by Corbière. Coming down now towards the fence that'll be the last on the next circuit, and Burnt Oak still with a commanding advantage from Earthstopper, Grease Paint, Two Swallows, Imperial Black not far behind the leaders. On the inside is Gridar being chased by Corbière. Now they're coming to the chair, one of the most daunting in the race. This is fence number 15, the chair, and it's still Burnt Oak clear of Grease Paint in second. Earthstopper is third, then Gridar on the far side and Two Swallows. Burnt Oak lands well in the lead from in second place, and a faller there, and another captain has gone there, and also another faller there is the Irish horse, is Carl's Wager has gone there, and there was Burnt Oak who cleared the water in the lead. From in second place Earthstopper, then comes in third place Grease Paint, 4 Tacroy, 5 on the inside is Gridar, 6 on the outside comes Spartan Missile, then Corbière and Two Swallows, behind them Eliogarty, behind Eliogarty is Broomy Bank, on the outside of Broomy Bank is Imperial Black, behind Imperial Black is Lucky Vein, then Canford Ginger, then Your Man, behind Your Man And joining them now on the far side is Silent Valley, with also up there Ashley House, and they're racing across the Melling Road now, with going up in the centre of the course Earth Stopper. On the inside, Grittar. On the outside is Grease Paint, and over to John Hanmer.
And Burnt Oak still there on the wide outside too, and Earth Stopper's up with him, so is Grease Paint and Tackroy and Points Pass and Spartan Missile. Then Lucky Vein and Corbiere tracking the leaders towards the inner over the 18th. Earth Stopper, Grease Paint, Burnt Oak, Tackroy, then Eliogarty, then Two Swallows and Grittar and Lucky Vein as they come to the big ditch. And Grease Paint just about takes the lead, but Earth Stopper jumps it better. And a faller at that one was Kumbai, and another faller would be Fortune Seeker as they jump the next, and it's Earth Stopper in the lead, then Spartan Missile, Grittar, close up as we join Julian Wilson.
Yes, Grease Paint in the centre of the course, Earth Stopper under the stand rails with Grittar. Two Swallows towards the centre as they jump the next one, and Eliogarty is right up with them on the far side as well. Lucky Vein made a slight mistake at that one, but they were all over it, and running down to Beaches for the second time. Now the leaders are very closely bunched, with Two Swallows, Eliogarty towards the outside, Grease Paint towards the inside as they jump Beaches. Eliogarty over, Grease Paint makes a mistake, Earth Stopper's over in second, then Two Swallows, Hello Dandy, Grittar's well there in the inside. Imperial Black was the faller at Beaches as they jumped the 23rd fence with Earth Stopper in the lead from Grease Paint and Eliogarty. Behind that comes Grittar and Two Swallows, then Corbiere, then Hello Dandy, then Broomy Bank and Lucky Vein and Fettered Friend as they come to the canal turn where Valerie Alder and Bush Guide fell the first time round. But this time it's Grease Paint and Earth Stopper. Eliogarty's third, Grittar is fourth, then the great Two Swallows. Behind those is Hello Dandy, then Corbiere and Lucky Vein, then Broomy Bank and Fettered Friend as they jump Valentine's. Grease Paint over, a length clear from Earth Stopper in second. Eliogarty weakening now. Hello Dandy goes into third. In fifth is Grittar. Sixth is Corbiere, then Two Swallows and Lucky Vein as we rejoin John Hanmer.
And a mistake there by Earth Stopper, who was in second place, and it's Grease Paint out in front. Then Hello Dandy, Eliogarty and Earth Stopper and Lucky Vein and Two Swallows. Last ditch, 4 from home, and Hello Dandy's gone right up to Grease Paint. Then in third place, Earth Stopper, 4 Eliogarty, 5 Lucky Vein, 6 Two Swallows, 7 Corbiere as they go to the third last. And it's Grease Paint from Hello Dandy. Then in third place, Earth Stopper, 4 Eliogarty, 5 is Two Swallows. Silent Valley's been pulled up. Your man's well behind, but as they go across the Melling Road, it's Hello Dandy going up to join Grease Paint, then Earth Stopper third, Lucky Vein 4, and over to Peter O'Sullivan.
And it's still Grease Paint, last year's second in the lead from Hello Dandy, last year's fourth. Then comes Earth Stopper with quite a long gap behind him. Is Lucky Vein. Behind Lucky Vein is last year's winner Corbiere making good progress. Eliogarty's just behind him, and then the grey Two Swallows, and then comes Fethard Friend, and then behind him is Grittar. As they come down to the second last fence in the National, it's Hello Dandy on the far side as we see them. On the near side is Grease Paint. There's little between the two, Grease Paint and the Sheepskin Noseband. Hello Dandy lands in the lead though. Earth Stopper is third, and it's Hello Dandy in the lead as they come to the final fence in the 1984 National from Grease Paint. Earth Stopper is third, Corbiere's now fourth, then comes Lucky Vein over the last fence. Hello Dandy lands in the lead from Grease Paint. Behind them come Earth Stopper and then Corbiere, and then comes Lucky Vein racing towards the elbow now with just over a furlong to run in the National, and it's Hello Dandy being challenged again by Grease Paint. Hello Dandy's wandering off a true line. Grease Paint sticking to the far rail as they come to the furlong pole. It's Grease Paint on the far side, Hello Dandy on the near side. Corbiere's trying to get on terms with them. There is Grease Paint on the far side, Hello Dandy on the near side. There's nothing between them as they come to the line. Hello Dandy on the near side is just going to win it. Hello Dandy is one, and Grease Paint is second, and third is Corbiere, fourth Lucky Vein, and 5 Earth Stopper. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then came Two Swallows, and behind him Fethard Friend and Brummy Bank and Givago de Nervi for France. Then Grittar and Hillis Lane and Tackroy, and behind them came Beach King and W again, and Eliogarty and Spartan Missile and your man, and this is the winner, Hello Dandy.